like over certain colors. Well, we've been planning to do this for so long, and finally getting the chance to do it. We'll be working tonight with our overhead camera so you can see. I'm going to put on all 4 of the antiquing gels as well as all 5 of the metallics right here during this live. If you are new to Heirloom Traditions Paint, we hope you give us a like right here on Facebook, and even contemplate playing along right here with us tonight. We're going to be playing Paint Brush. If you're new to that game, just comment with the word paint right here in the timeline. We're going to be giving away a $25 gift certificate to the person who wins in tonight's contest. So just put your word paint or any combo of that, and I'm going to get right started on these so you can see what we're doing. I am working on the beautiful paint color Manor House, and I'm going to be putting on the antiquing gel. So I'm going to start off using Vintage Brown, and Vintage Brown is our beautiful shade of a warm brown. It's not a very intense brown, meaning it's not chocolate brown, so sometimes people get confused, and I'm going to hopefully let you see a good wet version of that so you can kind of see that. It's going to add a toning and a depth to anything you put it over, and I'm working on some pieces of foam actually, and they are made out of styrofoam, so you can imagine what this is going to do to something that you're working on at home, and it's going to give you that toning and that beautiful warm aging effect. All of the antiquings are just designed to do just that and give you an antiquing look. So remember, I'm working on Manor House. I'm going to use a different tile on all 4 of the Manor House painted pieces and give you an example of what all the antiquings will look like on each of them. So stay with us, and then I'm going to move into the metallics right behind them. I'm going to put on a quick little coat of this. We're putting it in all of the great details on each of them, and I'm going to rub it back with a dry cloth. Now, I'm only going to demonstrate taking the antiquing off with a dry cloth. But if you want to remove more on your piece, keep in mind that you can do that by dampening your cloth. So that's the difference, but I want to give everybody an example of a one way for each one, so it's not confusing as to what process I use to get that look. And that way all of these will be posted on our website, so you can have quick reference if you're ever trying to order the antiquing to try to figure out what it looks like. I'm using a terry cloth towel. I'm just going to start removing this. And remember, I'm working on styrofoam here, so I'm going to give it very light pressure. But you can see how beautiful Manor House is using Vintage Brown. And I can almost say these two are a happy marriage of the colors and the tones you would expect to get out of this gorgeous white. Had a little area that didn't get down into the details, into the cracks. And that's what it's all about. That's what you want to leave behind. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. We're almost halfway through already. Don't take long to pass, does it? It seems like it's just a matter of minutes before it's on to the weekend and a new week already in front of us here. Had a lot of snow in this area and cold weather, and maybe some of that's past us. There again, hoping for warmth and spring and a bright, pretty sun to pop out. I know you are too, or most of you all are. So there we go. That's what it's going to look like. And aren't these ceiling tiles neat? This is something we ordered off of Amazon just to do a nice demo and give you something that had some resin details. But these are actually ceiling tiles that you can purchase and use these to glue up on your ceiling if you were going to maybe want to cover over some popcorn ceiling or some sort of a texture. That's what you're going to get using Manor House and Vintage Brown. We'll move on to the next one. So if you're on here with us, say something. We would love to have you playing along with us for Paint Brush, and also checking out at allinonepaint.com, getting yourself a free sample of one of our paint colors. Maybe you might choose Manor House, or maybe this is giving you some inspiration for a color that you might think about using on a piece of furniture or even on a piece of leather, vinyl, anything that this paint product will paint. So I'm going to get another clean brush here, and I'm going to be putting on weathered wood. Now, weathered wood was our very first introduction into the antiquing gel. Weathered wood is a gray, and it's called weathered wood because there's a warmth to this gray, and it's what's on this desktop. If you're seeing the top of this island, that's what it has on it over a color called cappuccino. And that's the look you can get. Of course, it's kind of been abused at this point, but that is exactly what you're going to get, is that fragile surface I'm working on. This foam is not strong by any means, so I'm taking it very delicately and trying to softly rub this, meaning pretty much you can antique anything. If I wanted to move a little harder, I could get in there and pull a lot more off. try to do that just so I can make it look like the vintage brown piece did.
It's always amazing to me how much weathered wood tones Manor House.
Oh yeah, and I love the combination because the warmth that's there and also giving you that modern gray toning. So if you like restoration hardware, you like a lot of the finishes that you see that are very timely today, and what people are doing in farmhouse looks, this is the way to get that look yourself. Maybe you put this on your kitchen cabinets, maybe you do a piece of furniture, but using that pretty creamy color underneath in Manor House will give you that beautiful warmth and coolness together in one look. So that's kind of how to do that. And you see these expensive designer pieces of furniture and you wonder, how did they get that look? How multi-tonal can you make that piece of furniture look like that? That has to be a painstaking process. But as you can see right here, not very painstaking at all. Most pains I'm taking are to keep from tearing up this foam using this rag. So that's the main thing. So there you go. That's what it's going to look like using weathered wood. And isn't that gorgeous? See how easy that was? That's so pretty. Wow. That looks so great on camera. And it looks great in person, but it really looks great on the camera. Y'all, we're going to be buying these ceiling tiles. I already can hear they're saying, where do you get these ceiling tiles? They're not expensive either. So if you got a bad ceiling and you want to replace it, great product to do just that. I'll try to lay my brushes to the side here, pardon me. And now let's get another one. And I'm going to be putting on, this next one is going to be Oil Rub Black. So you're going to see that black combination going on over this one and doing the same process.
Pretty sure this one's going to be a good one too.
She's going to love it. I have no doubt she's going to love it. It's her fave. Alright, so let's do the same thing. So Oil Rub Black. The reason we don't just call it Jet Black or whatever, Oil Rub means it's going to kind of look a little warm, not a hard, dark black. So it's got a little warmth. Again, we intended that to be that way. So when you put it on, it doesn't look so stark and hard and harsh. It's going to add a little bit of something that looks a little lived in, you know, and that's the whole idea. And I think that adds a lot of wonderful toning without being like you just washed black paint over it. So notice how easy, again, these brush on. They're all water soluble. I'll clean these brushes up here when we're done with soap and water. I always use warm or hot water. Whatever you have on tap is easy to use, easy to clean, no smells, and very, very little smells are coming from this product here.
A couple people are commenting they're excited to see the metallics. We're going to be doing those here in just a second, so hang tight.
And the difference is we're not putting on any of the antiquing gels under the metallics, so it will be a straight metallic right over Manor House. So it will be a real true version or vision of what this is going to look like on your piece, that you didn't have to put a layered version of it. So normally we show those metallics for a lot of times where we're layering them over maybe vintage brown, we put a little gold on or something, but this time you're going to get to see the true metallic on this paint, so you can get a great reference point. Alright, so there is that. So let's remove that one and see if we can get a gorgeous view of this one. So I'm excited to see this one too. Look at that. So you wonder, is it going to be different than, you know, you think, are they really going to look different than each other? Well, they absolutely do. They look completely different than each other. They're subtle, but yet they do have their own look. So this definitely looks like we rubbed a black on, not a brown, you know. You could definitely tell them apart.
I'm seeing lots of hearts, Paula.
Awesome. You know, I like that one. See, y'all just trying to make Melissa feel good about her loving the black. I know. No, I do love the black too. She's made a believer out of me on the black for sure. And it's hard to beat it, honestly. It really is. You know, there's a little Johnny come lately to it, maybe. I've always been a fan of brown wax, brown everything, because that's just, you know, my house is kind of in those, or not one house, all of my houses is fragrant in that, you know, that warmer tones. And this to me I thought felt cool, but in all honesty it doesn't feel cool at all. It really depends on what you're putting it over. I try to keep my table not as...
Well, we added a little bit of brown to them before about black. So
that's right. So there's a little brown coming through here. And that's what does keep it from getting so cool, honestly, is that tiny bit of brown underneath. So,
by the time we do 18 of these, your arm's going to be good and tired.
Yeah.
You're getting your arm workout today.
Exercise I've had today, probably. Arm exercises. Eyeball and extra arms. That's about all I use today. Finger. Scrolling, looking, reading. I read all day long. Don't even think about myself as being a reader and reading all day long, but yet that's what I'm doing all day. So are you. Most of us are. That's what you're doing for sure.
Yeah, have you guys ever checked the screen time on your phone?
Oh my Lord.
It's scary.
You don't want to look at mine. I think, did I go to bed with me on Instagram or Facebook or something? And I realized, no, I probably did not. I did turn that off. So there you go. There is the beautiful black, the old rough black over that. And what y'all think? Y'all like that one? See if we can get a nice shot of that. Hopefully you can cut all this out when you do these nice pieces for the website.
Yeah.
On my table. Couldn't leave paper down here tonight, guys, so we are having to get it on our table.
You just couldn't stand the paper.
All right, have to do a little leak in there. Got a little spot for my glove on it.
And we did reach over 600, so we're going to play 2 games of paintbrush.
Just another little, let you see that very well there. And we got a lot of fancy camera action going on here.
Yeah, what do you guys think of the picture-in-picture here?
We're going to get this right. We've been trying to perfect this for a little bit and trying to figure out what looks good and what don't.
We had a little glitch in the audio with the multiple cameras. I think I got it straightened out now. I'm not going to say anything about it. Paula, do me a favor.
Sure.
Talk real quick about, we got a lot of people on there new to the paint. They're asking about, does it need a sealer and all that good stuff.
It does not need a sealer. That's the beautiful thing. Even the antiquings that we're putting on here tonight, they're actually acting as a sealer themselves. They don't need a sealer either. The paint doesn't need a sealer, doesn't need a wax or anything. Once you're finished, you're going to get a beautiful low luster matte sheen. You can find all that out for yourself if you go to our website at allinOnePaint.com. We'll post that right here in the link above tonight. And just check it out. You can get a free sample. You'll get a size right here, this 8-ounce size. It'll cover a 35 to 40 square feet piece. And then you can decide whether you like the sheen. You can also see how durable that it is and that it's also a self-leveling product. When you put it on, you're going to get beautiful designer finishes out of it, even if you don't know how to paint anything. So I'm excited for you to try it. If you are new, I certainly hope you check it out again. Go to that link above or go to allinOnePaint.com and see right on there that free sample tab. Also, there's a calculator that will help you decide how much that you need for a project you might be working on. Remember, this paint will paint wood, vinyl, and leather. It will help you transform it nearly any surface inside and outside of your home. It's extremely durable and will work on your shutters and your garage doors, things you never ever decided you would ever try to paint. I promise you, once you try it, you'll tackle some of those big jobs that you never dreamed that you could. So I think it's encouraging for you and a fun thing for you to do. So now let's go over, and I'm going to put on one that is probably not going to show here, and this is going to be vintage. Putting on the whitewash again over Manor House. And whitewash is not going to show hardly at all, but we want to be sure and not leave anyone's questions unanswered, so here we go. Might show a little. So this again, Manor House, going over it with whitewash. And whitewash is a beautiful, beautiful antiquing. So it's just not going to show up here, but again, don't want to leave it off because we want to do it for...
Now I can't see it. I can't see it in person, but I can't see it. Well, I actually can't see it on the camera.
I can see it. I just don't think you'll ever see much of the detail come to life.
Right.
Now it's going to be perfect to go over. Well, I don't know. I don't know that it would ever show up enough on white of any kind, but no, it definitely will soften and tone. But you're not going to see it here.
The antique dolls are great too if you're doing any type of transfers and you need to seal those transfers. The antique dolls are a great option. Makes them look less like a sticker just stuck on your furniture and more like it was meant to be there.
So true. We forget about that.
The whitewash is a great blender for patterns, countertops. Yeah.
If you are doing countertops using our products, if you'll put over the whitewash over the top of, maybe you've used our plastic bag design to do on your countertops. If you will go in there and use whitewash, it will just soften and blend all of that together so nicely.
Much more natural.
Certainly does, and I would suggest you try it if you haven't. I'm going to knock these little edges off here. Looks like it's stuck someone's paper. All right, so
Amber,
I don't think you can see
Amber
this.
has a question. She's wondering how long it takes for the antiquing gel to dry.
They're dry, almost just like our paint. They're very rapid to dry. They're going to probably dry in about 10 minutes max. You always want to make sure that you're working in an area that you don't have air blowing on your paint, so you can keep it open long enough and move it around on the antiquing. Just like the paint, you want to work where you don't have a fan blowing on you. maybe in the distance, but not on you. That way it'll keep your paint open longer and your antiquing gel open longer. So that's just a good rule of thumb. All right, so you can't see that at all, so let's just call that, that's just a push. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time there, but again, we don't want to leave any stone unturned here. We want to answer anyone's questions who might say, well, what did it look like with the white? And we said, we didn't do that one. We didn't think you want to see that one.
Now we're
Somebody
on the
will.
part a lot of you've been waiting for. We're getting into the metallics now.
All right, so I'm going to do gold.
So real quick, I've called our first winner.
Sure.
It's Laura Kirkland Rhodes.
Laura Kirkland Rhodes. Congratulations, Laura. And if you'll just drop an email to melissa@htpaint.com, she'll get you that coupon code so you can get in there and get your $25 gift certificate. Thanks for playing along, and we're on to the next. So keep commenting right here in the timeline with the word paint or any combination of that word, and we're going to declare another winner here. And all you 600 new people, welcome. All right, so here we go. This is our antiquing in the metallics, just like the other metallics, or just like the other antiquings, except this is a metallic version. Works the same. Same properties, same rules apply. I'm going to put it on exactly the same. And these are, as you can see, takes very little time going back and forth using my Syntec brush into the paint pot. And I'm putting on very little paint. Let me just show you that. Very little of the antiquing. They just glide on and give you just that beautiful look really quickly. So the antiquing in this gold is bright, very bright. As you can see there, super bright. We have 5 of the antiquings, so this is in the metallics. So 4 more to go here.
That looks really good overall, this detail.
Oh, I bet. It's really pretty over this. And if you're interested in learning what this tile is that we're working on here, this is something we can definitely share the link with you. Just comment here. And also, if you are not a member of our great group here on Facebook, we would love to invite you in. Comment here and we'll send you the link to join our group. So just make a comment here, I'm new, and we will send that link to you. All right, so here we go with our dry cloth, and I'm just going to go in here and do the same thing and quickly remove this product, leaving behind this beautiful golden luminous glow right over Manor House. Isn't that pretty?
And all these ones that we're showing you so far are all over Manor House, so we're sticking with the same color.
Yep.
For a minute here.
And remember, it's got the metallic glow to it. I hope the camera is able to pick that up. It's not only putting behind that yellow, it's putting behind a yellow and a metallic. And I've said this many times, but I'll say it again for all you new folks that are here. This doesn't have a mica powder or a mica particle in it, meaning it doesn't have that Christmas glitter effect. It's really just leaving behind a opalescent or pearlescent look, depending on which one we're looking at. But there you go. There it is in a gold. Isn't that so pretty? I just love that. That's so gorgeous. Classy looking. You want a gold ceiling in your boudoir, you could do that on the ceiling tile. Oh, Melissa's
in your fancy closet.
Fancy closet. Wouldn't that be cool? Really pretty? All right, so there is that one. So let's go on to the next. And the next one I'm going to pick up. Let's see what we got. I'm trying to keep all my brushes separate here so we can grab them again in a minute. I'm going to put on, let's put on the gunmetal. Put on the pretty gunmetal color.
Gunmetal's definitely one of the favorites for everybody.
Put on here, grabbed. Let me see. Here we go, gunmetal. It's going to be, again, just what you think. It's going to be a silvered gray. It's going to give us a really pretty look. Again, cool. It's kind of a cool guy going on over a warm color. It's going to give us kind of that same idea as weathered wood. Now we're going to do these again for every single paint color. All of the all-in-one paint colors will be doing these. So I can't imagine what some of these are really going to look like over some of the other colors. Aren't you imagining that? I'm imagining that. Can't imagine.
It's going to take us a little while to get through them all, but we don't want to bore you with live after live of antiquing gels, but we're going to keep sprinkling them in here.
Yep, we're going to get through them. And as soon as they're finished, we'll add them to the website. We're going to take our most popular neutral colors probably first will happen. The whites, obviously. Then we'll move to the brighter colors as we roll on to get our website up to speed. Alright, so that one is so pretty.
We've got a couple people asking about the brush that you're using.
I'm using our wonderful Syntech brush, and you can get the tool trio right on our website. You can check that out where you can get all of our tools and everything I teach. All my methods and techniques are all with those tools. The tool trio has a 4-inch roller in it that is made of a particular foam. It's an open cell foam, and that's going to allow you to stipple the paint, meaning that's exactly the technique I teach to get good coverage using any color on any surface. I teach that technique using our true applicator and using that little roller on flat surfaces and big areas. So I suggest check out the Syntech brush or the tool trio. And if you're new to our paint and new to our company, you get an awesome bundle deal. And getting your free sample, you will get to see that bundle offer right there as you check out the free sample offer on the website at allinOnePaint.com. Alright, so there you are. Isn't that gorgeous? Now see, I'm taking these all back very similar, not leaving it heavy anywhere, just so they all kind of match. And you can see what I'm doing here with this. So you can leave them heavy, you can leave them light, whatever you want to do. You can go back and even dry brush them. Let's say you want to come back here and just hit these areas, and I'll just show you that quickly. And just laying your brush off on the angle like that. You can come in here and just pop up different areas, the risen areas, so easily.
You read my mind because I was literally just about to ask you to do that.
Were you really?
Yes, I was.
That's good. Great minds think
Our
alike.
minds are connected.
They are.
Pat says her husband is afraid to sit still too long because he is sure that she will try to paint him.
He's a smart man, Pat. So now, isn't that pretty? What do you think of that? Isn't that gorgeous? Just adds that pretty silver to it. It's very cool. And enough of the manor house is coming through, as you can see in around the edges here, but you still see the
That's
pretty warmth.
really pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's
now
really
that
pretty.
does make me think of an old tin ceiling that's stamped. I forgot how much these were. These were dirt cheap, guys.
Yeah,
These
they
were
weren't
such
that
a
bad.
good deal, and they had several different designs.
That
So
would
if you
be
want-
such a pretty backsplash color and
I'm not sure it's
combination.
strong enough for that.
Oh. Well, not the foam, but I'm saying the color.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yes, but definitely for ceilings.
I'm
If you got a bad ceiling, yeah, this is the. I'm all about these little Amazon tiles here. I like them. So next we're going to let's put on pearl. Let's try that one. I think that will be really pretty.
Next, wondering, can you also use these metallic antiquing gels, or probably any of the antiquing gels for that matter, on flat surfaces?
Oh sure, absolutely you can. I have a video that we did about that, using them on flat surfaces. It's the way, the technique of taking them off that will matter most. Meaning, anytime you're working on a flat surface with antiquing, whether it be pearl or whether it be the solid colors, you want to be sure to remove in a circular motion, and that's going to help you not create swiping marks. And we did that on the Wedgwood armoire, and we posted a video about that. You could probably check that out right here on our timeline and Facebook in our video tab and see that video, because it does tell you how to do that and show you, demonstrate to you. And I did pearl actually over Wedgwood on the Wedgwood cabinet recently. Fairly recent, wasn't it? Remember that one?
Yeah. We've got a question from Jane on YouTube.
Hi, Jane.
She's wanting to know if the gunmetal is what we previously used on the nail heads. That is what we used on
Yes,
the polo chair.
it was. It sure was. Great memory, Jane.
Yeah.
We can't remember it. I'm glad you can.
Thank you for jogging our memory on that.
Yes, it was, and it looked great. I brushed it on. So these are very pigmented, and they are going to give you some opacity, meaning you can use them and brush them out just like a metallic paint. Even though we call them an antiquing gel, they are very pigmented. So you can use them on nail heads. And that's the chair that's in my office. And so many of you commented yesterday when I was showing you my brush gadget. I'll show you that. When I showed you all this, I was sitting in the chair that Melissa and I had painted using polo over that green leather chair. Yes, that was it. So many of you said, was that the chair? Yes, it is. And didn't it look great in that video? Did y'all have the notes? Looks really pretty in my office. I see it every day. So I meant to mention it to you yesterday.
It really gets used, and we
Yes.
keep a lot of the furniture that we paint, actually. Charlotte, these ceiling tiles are made of styrofoam.
They're very fragile, Charlotte, so I'm just kind of easing my rag over them. But aren't they pretty for what they are? We wanted something great to demonstrate on, and I found these. Now, pearl. Can you see how pearl? Now, that's white over white, but you can see the pearl, can you not?
Yep.
You
Yeah,
can
when
see-
you hold it at certain angles, we can see it pretty good.
Right, because it's white over white, you cannot really tell the detail, but you can see the pearlescent that it left. See that gorgeous? There you go. I can see it now. That is pretty. All right, so there's Pearl over Manor House. Now,
and if you guys
move
would
on.
comment, tell us what colors you'd like to see us do next. We'll try to hit some of your favorites here. Not in this live, but in a future live.
Right, we're doing Cashmere right behind this. So you get a very similar demo as we just did. So if you happen to miss the early, stay with us because we're going to repeat
do it
white.
again.
Yeah, basically going back. It's very similar. So she's not going to let me out of it, so we're going to have to do all 5 whites, even if they're vaguely different online. So we're going to do them all. We're going to show them all.
I got them
Here's
painted, we're doing them. That's right. We prepped them, they're happening.
Here's copper. So this is one of my personal favorites. Now I'm not sure about it over white because I think it's going to have a tendency to go a little toward the pink, but hey, may look great.
Let's see.
I love copper, always have, always will. I like rustic things, and I used to have copper in my store in Tennessee. Anything that was copper, if I was at market or I was out doing some sort of an antique shopping or at an auction or whatever it is, copper is coming home with me. And I still believe that to this day. I would buy anything copper. It's a great find. So many great pieces made in copper. And boy, has it gone through the roof in the last few years.
Yeah.
Anything made in copper, building materials made in copper are just outlandish. Outrageous. Copper wire, anything's nuts if it contains copper. So copper, faux copper, is still going to be one of my favorite things.
We've got several people playing paintbrush with us over on YouTube, so we're going to call a winner over there too.
True.
So for those of you who are on Facebook, if you want to double your chances, head over to YouTube real quick and drop a paint.
There you go. Go pop one in over there. Somebody's going to win. Why not be you?
That's right.
Okay, so let's...
Publishers Clearinghouse, Paula.
There you go. That's Publishers Clearinghouse, Paula, there. All right, so let's take this off and see if we get that pink. You know what? It's not really looking pink. It's actually looking coppery.
See, that's why I'm so glad we're doing this, because you wouldn't have thought that would look good.
I thought it might end up bringing up the reds that are in it and have that pink cast, but it actually doesn't. Does it online? No, it's actually brown.
It's brown,
what it should
yeah.
look. It should
It's
look
a
brown.
really pretty combo that you wouldn't have thought of.
No, I always think of it over darker colors, you know, because that's where it's going to really shine is when you put it over something a little darker.
What do you guys
doggone
think?
looks great here.
Throw us some hearts if you're liking this combo. This is copper over Manor House.
Yeah. Don't forget about it because it's pretty. Now I'm going to just take my brush and go back and do a little dry brush here because I want you to see how pretty that could look if this was your piece of furniture. Now this is not what I would normally dry brush with, this big brush, but just to give you the idea how gorgeous that can look. Is that popping it up there?
Yep.
You kind of get the idea. The idea is all we're after here. Anyway, there you go.
Do that other corner for me because I'm going to photograph these.
You are? Well, let me make a better job of it than you're going to photograph. That's not the best. This is not a brush to dry brush with, but let me see if I can soften
Lisa,
it.
this is copper. This is over Manor House, and we're going to do all 9 colors of the antiquing gels. We're pretty well through it here on Manor House, but hang tight. We're going to do it again here on Cashmere, so you'll get a chance to see them all again.
And guys, you can layer these, so don't forget about that. We always layer them when we do Color Club. We always go back and layer these, so you can really get some gorgeous looks. Please don't be scared to use these products. You do not have to be an artist of any kind. You don't have to be a certain age. You don't have to have certain tools or a big old room or a garage to paint in. You can paint inside your home, around your animals, around your children. There's no smells. There's nothing that is going to be offensive to anyone that is going to say you can't do that indoors. You can do it right inside your house. Put down some paper to protect things maybe so you don't get anything on something valuable that you wouldn't want to mess up, meaning countertops and so on. Protect your hands like I do. These are gloves. These are not my hands, by the way. And that way you can take advantage of being indoors around your family and still sit and chat with them and really maybe produce something that you might find a talent that you have that you don't even realize. That's the great thing about it. Let's get on this last one. This is my favorite. This is champagne, and evidently must be not my favorite because I can't open it. There you go.
It was previously used.
Started to say must not been opening that one very often, but it is my favorite. It is champagne, meaning it's a silver and a gold. I always have to say the word Gilver, so that's what it is in between the two. Y'all have jewelry this color, I'm sure. When you can't make your mind up, do you like silver or gold? Remember when gold kind of went out of fashion? Now it's back. Gold jewelry kind of went away. Gold everything went away. Gold interior, everything. Of course, it's all back full swing ahead now. So when I had that happen, I was like, I know y'all don't like gold, but I still do. So how do I bridge that gap? Well, I'd buy a watch, something that had a gold face and a silver band and a gold strip in the band or something like that. I always managed to stick me some gold in there so I could still wear gold. Or use a Gilbert. Find jewelry that was between a silver and a gold. Melissa didn't like costume jewelry. Of course, I love it. She always...
I don't like jewelry, period, anymore.
Anymore? Did you ever?
I did. Yep.
Back in the day, you liked it?
Yep, I did.
Now, I guess I've said this before. My mother used to wear Sarah Coventry, and I know all y'all are going to be, who is that? Some of y'all are going to remember it. Remember Sarah Coventry? There were people who sold it, much like Avon and all that back in the day. And evidently, my mother had several ladies that would come in her furniture store with Sarah Coventry jewelry. I can't remember a time that I didn't see my mother with some sort of a beautiful necklace. So I will always wear jewelry. Simply, I saw it as an example every day, So to me, having on a necklace was getting dressed. So that's how I was.
It wasn't an outfit until you put on jewelry.
Nope. Yeah. She wore, like me, she always wore a lot of black, and I was always, why would she wear black so much? Probably to make her jewelry stand out.
Oh,
well, she was a little thing, and she just, that jewelry was just something that she loved, and it made her outfit feel finished, and I look back and I go, she wore that black, and then she felt kind of, flat, and put that jewelry on, and it just bounces off of that gorgeous black, whatever it is you're wearing, and that's why she probably did. And she didn't love, well, I was going to say she didn't love gold but she loved gold and silver. My mother had coal black hair naturally, believe it or not. You wouldn't believe that by looking at me.
So where'd your light hair come from, your dad?
Yes. Of course, this is a light hair with a little help. Y'all know that, right? little help from my friend.
That's right. We all need a little help.
No, it's probably very light today, but not for that reason. It's lightened on its own from nature. It's probably snow white now. But let me say this: we shall never know. As long as there's a color in a bottle somewhere, this skin ain't turning white. Unless I'm just too tired to do it. There may be that day coming too. So right now, it's going to stay colored. So there is champagne. Isn't that pretty?
That's really pretty.
See that?
Very subtle.
Yep. See Manor House coming through just enough, and you can see it. I see that. It's really pretty. That's how it looks great right there.
Yep.
Popping those details up. Love it. Love that one. All right. Now, we ran through the whole gamut.
Woohoo!
On to the next. So she's going to bring me over 9 more. This job never ends here. Look at my rainbow stripe down the side here of all the antiquing.
Well, hey, you pretty much created yourself a little frame so you know where to be.
I know right where to land. There you go. So let's start back through them all. Let's go right back to vintage brown. Try to take them in the same order. So this poor
and you know what? They're hanging with us a good while here. I'm going to go ahead and
call
it over. I'm going to call it over.
Sweet. Thank you.
I'm going to call it over on YouTube. So I'm going to give you just a second to get over there and get your comments in.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll play another round on Facebook. So those of you on YouTube, hop over to Facebook and give us a comment over there.
Yes, please do. I want everybody to have a great chance to win. And how many are on with us right now?
Close to 700 still. They've been hanging with us. They're excited to see this one, I think.
Good deal. Now here's Cashmere. This is our whitest of whites. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. And you probably won't be able to tell a doggone bit of difference between it. Well, no, you will with Manor House.
Yeah, this one can, yeah.
You will. You will. What am I saying? You'll be able to see that this is a more of a stark white. This is the whitest of them all. The fairest of them all is this. And probably our #1 selling color, actually. Little pain to paint with. Whites are never easy, guys. Just have to check out if you are wondering how in the world to get a white kitchen. And does it sound painful? I will caution you, anytime you're painting with whites, I don't care what paint you're using, expect to do an additional coat or 2, depending on your technique. But if you will follow my technique called brush and roll, you will not need to use a primer. There's no need to use a primer with our products, meaning it has a bonding primer built in. The only thing you need to do is figure out, are you going to be able to get good coverage? And that's going to depend on your technique. If you're going to be stingy and put on light little coats of paint, it's going to take you more time to get finished. If you watch Brush and Roll, where I teach you how to use this brush, put on a nice coat of paint, and then move it around with this brush, and then you're going to use the little roller to go back over that and lightly, lightly, lightly finesse it with a dry roller. You're going to get beautiful coverage, and you're going to love painting with whites because you're going to get a great finished project in a very limited amount of time. So, all right, so here we go. This is taken off vintage brown.
All right. Our winner over on YouTube is Stacy Fetco.
Stacy Fetco, you are the winner on YouTube tonight for a $25 gift certificate. Just send Melissa at htpaint.com a quick email and let her know you are the winner tonight, and she will give you a code so you can get on to allinonepaint.com and check out with your code and get your products and get started. We want to hear from you.
It's enough to get you on the antiquing gel.
Yes, it sure is. Are you a new customer, Stacy? If she can hear you.
I'll watch for her comments.
See if you see that.
She said, "Yay, thank you so much."
You're so welcome. Are you a new customer, Stacy? Or you are already a customer?
She says she is.
Oh, good. That's great. Not that I just wanted the news to win, but
that's what I love about this. We can literally have a conversation with people all over the world.
That's the beautiful of real time here. So it's just
it's
a
like
tiny
we're right
delay.
there with you, Stacy.
Tiny, tiny delay. It's pretty awesome, isn't it? What a world we live in, guys. All right. Vintage brown.
Cashmere
Vintage brown. Yes.
Pretty.
All right. Set that one to the side.
I've got them marked on the back.
Oh, you do?
I'll tell what's what.
That's great. She's a smart gal. She always knows I'm going to mix everything. She's so smart to follow me around, yes. I feel sorry for her most days.
No.
She gets it done, gets the job done. Okay, now let me find my gray brush here that has the, trying to not mix up my brushes. It looks like I'm getting ready to right there. Here we go. Weathered wood going on top here. A beautiful
round two gets a little more tricky. So we are still playing paintbrush over here on Facebook. So
all right,
keep going.
So we're going to have actually 4 winners tonight. 2 on each, right? Is that how we're doing?
We're going to have 3. We're going to have 1 more on Facebook.
Gotcha. All right. Keep on commenting with the word paint or any combo of that. You get a chance to win too. So we've had 2 winners already. 1 more to go.
1 more to go.
All right. The glove's trying to stick to my piece over here. It's got a lot of buildup on it.
Do you need a new fresh pair?
All right, I'll make it. I will make it. So now weathered wood again. I'm going to give us that gray over this more stark of a white, so we're not going to get that warmth coming through. We're just going to see a pretty gray-white kind of a combo. Although weathered wood is not a stark gray, remember that. That's why we call it weathered wood. It's going to be a little bit of tinge of warmth to it.
So what would you say if someone was new to antiquing gels? What would be a good color for them to start with? Give me a metallic and a non-metallic.
I'm going to say that you're probably going to get the most mileage, especially if you're into the new grays and you're into farmhouse style things. I would put weathered wood in your hand. If you're someone my age and you probably got a lot more warmer tones in your home, even though you might be trying to go into some of the grayer tones, I would suggest looking at vintage brown, because again, vintage brown is a warm brown. Still going to look good over gray paints, some of our beautiful grays. But between those somewhere. If you're older, I'm going to say vintage brown is going to be your favorite, like me. And then if you are a younger gal, I'm going to believe that weathered wood might be your favorite. I could be so wrong with that. Pardon me if I am.
I think both.
Y'all might just be young
enough.
enough.
Soft enough, and
they are.
Go with almost every color. So it's a good
I don't think you can go wrong with either of them, and you'll never regret buying the antiquing. Especially when you get it, guys. The best thing I can tell you to do is open it. You can't use it. You can't tell what you are capable of doing if you never open it. I see so many people get our sample and then they never try it. So. Would y'all like it if we did the Procrastinators Anonymous group again? We've done that before and lots of people showed up. I'm surprised how many people came to the group. We plan on doing maybe even an opportunity online to where we have a group. And we're going to have to restrict this because I don't know how we could ever do it. We're going to maybe guide you in a group. And I even hate to say the word, we're going to do a paid group. That's the only way we know how to limit it. where we can have a select group that we will hand walk you through, maybe painting your kitchen cabinets. As we're there, we'll be guiding you. Is that something people might be interested in? That we don't know. So if you think that might sound like something that will help you get started, say something here. We'd like to hear from you. I don't want to ever make people pay for instructions, but sometimes it may warrant that. If you feel like you need that help and that additional help, we'd also like to be able to offer that to you too. But we can't handhold everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Meaning you're going to get a few minutes on camera with Paula where
Personal
she can see
time.
your project and she can kind of walk you through it.
Yeah, personal time, and that's what the goal is here. That we're going to really guide you with some one-on-one instructions to maybe get your project started. So if you hit a snag or you just can't get motivated and can't get off the couch, afraid you're going to ruin your kitchen, but you still want to do it, maybe have the product sitting there, that's something we're going to do. So there you go. There is beautiful weathered wood, and you can just keep on taking more off if you want. It's up to you to get it to the look you want. So there it is. I think I am going to need a clean glove. This one's trying to tack up. So there is beautiful weathered wood. What do you think of that? You like that one? I do very well. Getting this kind of muddied up on the end here.
That's a very pretty combination.
Yes, it is. All right, maybe make that look a little smoother there when my glove touched it. So you can wet this and rub this back, and if you get little spots like I did here with my glove, you leak your rag just a little there like I did. The mother in me, I can't help myself. I fix a lot of things like that. I know y'all have to, tell the truth. Had to have. Can't raise a kid without doing that. I'm not going to get this on now with my hands so sweaty from being in that. Pardon me, let me get this on here.
It's always the fun part now.
That might have been
Here's tonight's entertainment. The other day we lost power.
Oh,
Time
yes.
before that we were throwing ping pong balls. Today
Every night.
I'm not
going to get it on.
You look like you've got Wolverine hands or something going on.
The glove ain't going on. Maybe I'll get it so sweaty here that it will slide on my hand easily in a moment.
The people just coming on are like, what's wrong with your fingers?
You can't get it on. There's no possible way. These gloves are eerie looking anyway, this clear. But all right, so there you go. You ain't going to get it on. Oh, my goodness.
Your finger looks broken.
They feel it. They may be before I get this on. All right,
I
guess
need
we'll
an extra move for you tonight.
Yes, that was my exercise again. Okay, so I got through that one. Now let's go to the oil rub black. How's that? Let's get that one on. And I was
Lisa wants to know if these will work over metal.
Yes, they do work over metal. Are you saying after you've painted the metal, Lisa? Is that what you're
She
saying?
didn't say, so I have a feeling she's talking about metal. I think she's
Well,
thinking like 10 tiles, you know.
They will, absolutely will. So remember that it's all, the look you get depends on what the base is. So if it's, depending on what color you're going. So the higher the contrast between the two colors, the more intense of the look you're going to get. So just always keep that in mind. And it does work with other paints. I can't believe I said that, but
She takes it back. It does
I
not.
did.
It does not.
it
Why
does
would
if
you
you
want-
have
why
other
would you
paints
want to do
around.
that?
Yes, but that's sadly I know I'll have to admit it will work on any type of paint. So you can get this look if you've got other paints that you haven't thrown away yet. Just kidding. Okay. Get this one, and we'll have one more to go in the. Are we going to do the white in the next? We'll have to be consistent,
Yeah,
aren't we?
yeah.
All right. We're going to have to put you through it. Just to
White
make
over
sure.
white.
White over white.
Yeah, just so our video doesn't have an odd gap here.
Yep. Just to keep it real. All right. So here we are. We're going to take this one off. This is so pretty.
This one's going to be really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people ordering Cashmere and Oil Red Black after this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you kind of hit got a project and you're not real sure what you want to do with it, or you just want something unique on your furniture piece, adding this antique in, and you don't have to antique the whole piece either. You can antique only the details. Keep that in mind. You don't have to cover your whole piece. You don't have to cover the whole cabinet. You can use this, just take an artist brush and put it down in the details. So that makes life easy too. Think in those terms. So you want to get this shadow look around your cabinet door, you just take a little artist brush and put it in there, and you don't put it all over the whole thing. If you don't want to tone the whole piece.
Lisa, on the metal, you don't have to prime the metal before you paint it with the all-in-one paint. You just paint it right over. Just paint it and paint it. That is so pretty.
Yeah. Can you tell the difference in it than using Manor House?
I think
a little bit. A little less undertones, yeah. A little softer.
Yeah.
So we are on Cashmere with the oil rub black here. Okay, there you go.
Pretty.
See that one good?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yes, that's really pretty, isn't it?
Lots of hearts on that one.
All right, we like them with hearts. Oops.
Lisa, this is our paint, Heirloom Traditions all-in-one paint, and this color that Paul is using right now is Cashmere.
And these are nothing that you have to put on this paint. Just keep that in mind, guys. If you are new to our brand, you may not know that. You don't have to put this on. This is a choice. We're showing you this so you can see the variety of looks that you can get using our antiquing gels just over our paint. And this is the finish you're going to get even if you're painting styrofoam, which I don't know why anybody in the right mind would be painting styrofoam, but we did.
But we're painting styrofoam.
We're painting styrofoam, so we just wanted to show you what styrofoam looks like on what styrofoam looks like painted. Well, no, we actually love these little detailed pieces, and aren't they cute?
We had to buy a lot of them. We didn't have room for a lot of them, so we had to buy some really thin ones.
And
you start doing 30 colors times 9 antiquing gels each.
Not just to mention that is the expense of just buying them.
Right, yeah.
I was like, we gotta find something cheap, man. What is it?
I gotta be honest with you guys, we're frugal, so we only bought 50 of these, and we're gonna paint them over.
That ain't gonna happen, I can tell you that.
That's so gonna happen.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
How else are we gonna do more?
I'm putting on the whitewash over this. No, I know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna say you're gonna buy some more.
I'm gonna buy some more. I'm gonna make these last. What are you talking about?
The detail will be gone when you paint. See, I'm tracking this up here a little bit, but I'll get that with my rag. So that's whitewash. Not gonna show. I won't spend a whole lot of time here. I won't waste your time and mine, but I want to prove a point. You're not going to get much of a look with a white over a white.
Yep. So obviously, the higher the contrast, the more look you're going to get. So that's why you saw real heavy detail there coming out when she did the oil rub black over cashmere. White over white, not really going to see it.
Nope. There you go. White over white. Answers that. Don't work. Works, but just don't see it. All right, on to the metallics. So the next one we're going to put is the gold, and I'm going to put the gold over here, over beautiful cashmere. So this is copper. Let me trying to keep it in the same order, somewhat. Probably already messed up.
I think you did gold first on the metallic.
I think so. All right, so let's see what this beauty's going to look like. I really like this gold.
It looked really good over the Manor House, so let's see what it is like here over this.
How many do you still have on with us?
We're still in that 600 range.
Wow.
Yeah.
A boring Wednesday night. Sorry for you. But hey, here I am, so my night's been equal with you.
Oh, guys, I've learned something new last night. So my son was playing an away game. Did you know if you have a smart TV or you have an Apple TV or a Fire Stick, you can download the Facebook Watch app and you can watch our videos on your TV. It was so cool. The comment show, you can still do hearts. Now you gotta come to your phone to comment, but it lets you watch it really big, and it was really neat. It was like watching it for a basketball game. It was like watching it on ESPN or something. It was really, really neat.
Now let me give you the old person's view of that, all right? So she tells me that last night as she texts me that. I had already been to my smart TV, a Roku TV I happen to have, and it's supposed to be smart. Well, I'm not smart as it, evidently. It's smarter than me. So the problem with it being on my television is, and I'm pretty computer inept here, but I kept saying something about a password and all that, so I have to get Craig involved and make him turn his Netflix show he's watching so he can look. I'm going to try to watch Jared's ball game, and to no avail. Probably an hour later, we're still trying to get in a password that he can't remember he put in when we bought the television, and then we finally get to I see the picture up there, and it's just exactly what's on my phone. So be certain whatever's on your phone, you want it on that television. I will give you that
She
little
was
heads
mirroring
up.
her iPhone to her TV.
He was mirroring.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. Or no, it was his phone mirroring it up there. So he quickly got that down. And not sure why. But all of a sudden that came down, and then I put mine up there. And all you gotta do is just on the front of your phone hit mirror, and it just goes right to your smartphone. So you don't have to even download any app. That's what I call the old person's version of getting an app downloaded on your phone. So go do that, mirror. I saw that there before, never even realized what it was. So there's gold, and that's over cashmere. I don't think you could hardly tell them apart from the other. It's pretty, very similar.
I don't know, it might look a little more yellowy over the cashmere, maybe. I don't know.
It should look the opposite. It should look more yellowy over the other.
I might not be remembering it right.
Oh, well, probably not.
So what we're going to do, for those of you who are wanting to see, this color compared to that
They
color,
want to see us lay them up
we are
beside
going
each other.
to photograph all 9 of these in each color, and we'll make a big picture so you can see all 9 there in one shot.
Yes, and they'll be on the website. So when you're looking at antiquing, or when you're looking at cashmere and you want to buy cashmere paint, you'll also be able to see every color of antiquing with it, with that cashmere color. Once we finish every color, but you'll see these pop up there quite quickly, let's hope. So now that I'm onto the gunmetal over cashmere, so that way you won't have to guess, what does Regal look like with gunmetal over it? To be honest with you, I don't know myself. So we're getting ready to find out.
We're doing combinations we've never done, so we're excited for this one too.
Y'all show me all kinds of things I never knew. I see all kinds of beautiful projects, and I go, I wish I thought of that, but I didn't. Somebody else thought of it. So no, I don't mean I wish I'd thought of everything. I actually enjoy seeing your projects more than I do my own. It's kind of like cooking.
We get inspired by you guys as much as you get inspired by us.
Right. I always say I'll show you my little quick version. Y'all show me the better version. Okay. Here's how it can be done. Please, someone that's patient, do a better job. How's that? That's really the truth. If it takes over about 5 minutes, my whatever is gone. Meaning cooking. Man, speaking of, I used to love to cook, and now if it's over about a 15-minute dish, I'm not doing it.
Not even on a weekend?
Yeah, I mean maybe chicken and dumplings. I gotta really like it before I'm gonna spend the time to make it these days. Now I used to really put in a lot of time cooking and care and real slow and all that good stuff. All of a sudden
that burner's on high, and let's get this sucker done.
All of a sudden I become a terrible cook. And the funny thing is my sister said the same thing. She said, I'm not a good cook anymore. And, maybe it's just because there's 2 people eating. I'm like, why am I wasting all my doggone energy over here doing all this? When Craig thinks everything I make's good, so I don't care. If it's terrible, he always says it's good. He's a smart guy, don't you think? He's so smart. Brag on the cook. He will eat burnt stuff, everything. You gotta give him credit. He don't care. If you burn something,
That's a good husband.
never says a word. He'll never say, wow, better last time, Now my son, the opposite. I have to deal with his wife that way. But you know how it is when you're cooking for your son and you cook everything they want to eat when they're little, then when they get bigger, if you make one change to the recipe, they won't eat a doggone thing, right? I used to try to sneak in whole wheat pasta noodles on Brady because I thought, well, that might help him a little bit. Really not sure if there was a real benefit, but I thought it sounded good. As a mother, I started trying to put those things in there, and he'd take one bite and he'd go, oh my gosh, Mom, you ruined the macaroni and cheese. That's terrible. I had to say, it did not taste good. Whatever, I just went back to doing the real deal rather than throwing out food. All right, so there is beautiful gunmetal.
That's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? I like it. Sure do like it. So guys, our projects are lining up all over this land. I have to say, I've got things, had an opportunity to go to Florida today, and I'm hoping she's on here with me, Velma Watkins. I hope you're here watching tonight. And she's a lady from Louisville that when I first moved to town, she offered me a fantastic opportunity to go to work in her furniture store, and she messaged me today. She was painting with our products down in Florida, where she has now moved. So she's getting her cabinets and painting them white. So excited to see what Velma produces, and I know she's working on that today. But anyway, she said, come on down to Florida and help her. I was tempted. I was tempted by that.
Especially when the high's like 35 here.
I was volunteering thinking she was in Louisville. I said, I'll come out and help you if you need me to. She said,
well, come on.
I'm in Florida. You can. Don't ask me more than once, Velma. I'll come.
We're getting close to finalizing the design on our mobile studio here before we hit the road. And
we've got a lot of projects.
Brian had a good idea. He said we should mount GoPro cameras to the windshield like they do on reality TV. And just film us in our goofiness.
Oh, people, you would not want to see that. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of what it might reveal there. Oh, my. Not with me driving. Woo.
You hear a lot of horn honking.
Oh, my goodness. That horn honking, that would happen.
Everybody on the road's on their cell phone. And,
They are. Am I right or wrong? They are. And here I am texting you about it. That, I'm doing the same. No, I try not to do that, but I've probably been guilty of it, sure. But yes, everybody is on their cell phone these days. Don't y'all agree with that?
She has to give them a honk.
I'll give them a honk. When they swerve in my lane, I'm going to give them a honk. I'm not going to run into them. I'm going to think, hey, this might prevent an accident or wake them up, whatever. So many people are in a daze driving today. I know they're on there going, yep, that's so true. So this is copper. I'll tell you.
I told her when she drives with me that she gets 3 honks per trip.
We get one about right out of the driveway. Then I for sure, I'm like, it does make me think about it.
Her hand starts to go for it, and you see her pull her hand back.
I get nervous just thinking, oh my God, I've already had 2 honks. I got one left. I better save this one for the real deal here.
I might
wants to die. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm helping people. I'm going, hey, these people are going to have an accident. Maybe if I blow this horn, that will wake them up, and then they will stop that foolishness and get off their cell phone here before they kill somebody. That's my thinking. So, hey, what if it was your child and I blew the horn at them? Wouldn't you be glad that I did, and then they didn't have an accident or something? So, that's what I would hope somebody'd see mine going down the road doing that, and lay down on the horn and scare the life out of them. All right. So there you go.
Oh, I got myself tickled. I can't stop now.
Come here for the comedy, guys.
Oh,
not the teaching.
That's so
just the comedy. All right. And make a mental note. Don't ride with her. Unless you have a mask, you can pull down. Pull your mask up. There you go. Pull up your, if you got your COVID mask on, just slip it right on up over your eyes.
You only get 3 honks when you ride with me. 3 honks. That's your limit.
Oh, yes, we are going on so many journeys. We're going down to, let's see, where we're going.
Nashville? Oh, you're going
I'm going down to Tennessee, and I'm going to be doing a pink bathroom overhaul. I've told you all about this. My rags are just getting so dirty, but I've only got 2 to go, so I'll make it. So I've got to put on, hang on, 1, 2 more. I've got Pearl to go and Champagne. I think Pearl was next. We're going to go down to Tennessee, and we're going to see my sister's house that she's flipping, one she's working on. We'll work on that one, she and I. And it is a vintage home, which means we got all kinds of great opportunities to do some fun stuff there. The cabinets in there are metal. They're actually beautiful metal, old-fashioned kitchens, and they are just the cutest thing. It's got a built-in banquette. It's very retro.
I've never even heard of metal cabinets.
Really?
No.
Now, metal cabinets used to be, and they have stainless steel tops, all original to this home. This was a really, back in the day, this family that built this home originally were, I've said this before, it's a very prominent family there in Oneida, and they had, the best that money would buy at that time. And that house was built probably in the 50s or late 60s, and those were the cabinets that people put in, and it had stainless steel that's still there. And just a beautiful kitchen and in perfect shape, not a ding in it or anything. But anyway, nevertheless, she is redoing this house, but there's several shades of white that have appeared in this room. One being a refrigerator that's the wrong shade of white, dishwasher replaced, and now it's a black fronted dishwasher. We're going to paint that. And we're also going to paint the cabinets because they are a dingy white compared to the whites that have been used in the room in the backsplash. So we're going to bring it all up to speed and make that beautiful. Then the bathroom is retro as well. It has pink tile, pink everything, pink shower, pink tub, and had some old heaters and units in the wall. Had her have those replaced, pulled out. We've patched the tile back now with a gray tile or something. you know, had the normal 4x4 tiles. We've repaired those, and now we're going to go in, we're going to paint those walls. We're going to keep some of the pink, and the reason being is that in the shower it's pink, so we can't paint that. Don't want to devalue this house, and don't want to put something in there that won't last for the next owner. But we're going to paint around the area, and we're going to accent the room with pink. I'm going to be painting the vanity tea rose and tying in the pink, and then upgrading some of the fixtures in there to make it beautiful. And I think you're going to love it, so hopefully you'll be a part of that and watch. So here's Pearl over this beautiful color. Now see that? Look at that. What it's going to do to your white paint. So this was over cashmere. Hard to see. But that is really pretty. So if you want to make a white come to life, and you've got a girl's room or a bedroom or wherever, you can do anywhere you want to go.
You just got a room. And you
just got a room. You don't want to be fancy with it. There you go. That's how to get a great look. So we got the last one going on.
One more. We're almost
and that's
done.
going to be in the champagne. Where to go? If I can figure out what brush that is. I'm supposed to keep this table clean. That didn't last very long.
I knew it was going to be tough on there.
You knew that.
Well, hey, our next live will be repainting the tabletop, and then we'll come back and do some more antique dolls.
That's right.
We'll show them that quick swipey.
How many times can you paint this tabletop? It's been painted several already. Okay, so on.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, we've used this thing at demos all over the country. And so yes, now on the next live we'll be doing, we're going to be going down to a friend of mine, through a great friend of mine, two friends of mine for many, many moons, is going to go down to Shirley's home on Old Hickory Lake in Nashville. And joining us there will be Tanya Tucker, and she and I have been friends with Shirley Burns for years and years and years. Shirley, if you know anything about Tanya has colored her hair pink some time back because a friend of hers had cancer. Well, this happens to be Shirley. Shirley has battled cancer many places in her body for over 20 years, so she's still unbelievable and just vivacious, beautiful woman. So can't wait to introduce you to Shirley, and of course we're going to be there working on her lake home that she has there, just purchased there in Old Hickory. She's actually a Texas gal at this time in her life and trying to move back to be around her grandson in the Nashville area. Her daughter lives there in Nashville. So with all that, Shirley will be there, and we'll be painting. Rod Landers is going to be joining us there too, who is a hairdresser and does a lot of entertainers' hair there in Nashville, and very well known. And he is was at one time, as a young man, was an employee of Shirley's, and that's how he got into doing all these entertainers' hairs, because Shirley kind of brought him into that world as a young hairdresser. So Shirley and he are great friends as well. So this will be a fun time, and I can't wait to do that one. So looking forward to that. That's going to be on February the 20th. We'll be starting that project there. So I'm going to go right from Tennessee.
We're going to break in the RV.
Yep, right from Oneida, and then we're going to go on down to Nashville. We'll take my niece, Presley, who was with us on the live earlier, and Presley's going to go down there with us, and she's going to help us paint. Presley Phillips. She's going to help us in all the fun action down there with me and Melissa. So the three of us are going and meeting up with the Nashville crew to get it done. So can't wait for that to happen. So join us there around the 20th. Don't forget about it. You'll see it February the 20th. Shirley and my birthday are very close, and we'll be there in the Nashville area around my birthday and hers. So get to be together with her there. So that'll be a fun time. All right, so there you go. There is champagne right there. Just finished it up. Isn't that pretty? Love that. So pretty. Again, my favorite right there. So let's see if you can tell the difference in these. Let me go back and grab a few.
Okay.
So this was champagne. Now here you go. You can tell the difference. Look at that. You didn't think you could. I didn't think you could. Here's champagne. This is over Manor House, and this is over cashmere.
Wow.
And there is definitely a difference. Can't you see that? Isn't that crazy? Wouldn't thought you could see that, would you? It almost looks so much the same. You're painting them for sure. So there's that. Let me just make some quick comparisons so you can see. And they're dry, if you're wondering. So here is going to be Manor House and cashmere with copper over it. And you can definitely see.
That's Manor House?
Manor House, yep. You see the much richer tone in the Manor House. That's great. I'll just keep going. I'm sure you will see. Yes, and this one is Pearl. Pearl with Manor House, Pearl with the cashmere. Isn't that pretty?
A lot of people are asking where we got these. We got these on Amazon. They are ceiling tiles made of styrofoam.
Yep. I'm going to take these off because I
And they had lots of different designs, actually.
can't get those back on ever again, but I am going to take those off there. So here's Manor House over the gunmetal with both. Now you can hardly see that one. Well, you can still see a little warmth here. Definitely see a little warmth.
Wow, how that little bit of warmth makes such a difference once you add those antiquing jobs.
And there is going to be the beautiful gold. Manor House here, Cashmere here. And I have very similar in how much I removed too, just so you know. It looks like I left a lot more here than I did here, but I truly did not.
It's that warmth coming through.
That warmth of that Manor House coming through. Which is sounding like Manor House is really yellow, but it's truly a warm white. So here is Manor House with white over it. Here is Cashmere with a white over it. Not a lot going on there. These almost look just like the original paint itself, as we thought it would. And here's Oil Rub Black with Manor House. Here's Oil Rub Black with Cashmere. Definitely see the difference there, for sure. Gorgeous both. Can't tell you which one I like best there. And here would be, and it's going to be weathered wood. Here's weathered wood under the Manor House, over the Manor House, and here it is over Cashmere. So you can definitely see the warmth there. These were a great demonstration. What do you think?
A lot of people are saying they're really happy that we did this. It's helping them make decisions.
Great. So here is Vintage Brown, and here's Vintage Brown Manor House, Vintage Brown Cashmere. I happen to think Vintage Brown Cashmere is much prettier than I thought it would be, because I always think I love this. This is very Tuscan looking. Y'all agree with that? Has a little Tuscany feel to it. This is a damage in this piece, by the way. If you're seeing that mark, that's kind of a cut that was in that. Notice that, and it filled up with antiquing. All right, so there they are. So we'll be sure to photograph these. If you'll kick back to that one, I'll finish this up here. Do you have another winner?
I do, actually. And he's going to be so excited.
Oh, good. We have a male winner?
We do.
Oh, that's so great.
It's our friend William.
William Fan? Well, William Fan, you are the winner. You've put that word paint in that timeline long enough.
He was playing for a good while.
You deserve to win.
It just happened to come up.
I'm so happy that it's you, William. He's been a long-time follower of our Facebook group and using our products now for, oh gosh, how long, William? Several years. I remember you painting your daughter's furniture, your dining room, all sorts of things. Her desk, didn't he paint her desk in maybe Ibiza, or was, I failed to remember.
Yeah.
I remember it being something
I remember seeing the picture of her sitting at the desk, but I can't think of the desk.
I remember painting his dining room suit in Meadow Sweet while that color was still available. But yeah, lots of projects you've done, William. Thank you for playing along. And send Melissa at htpaint.com a quick email. Let her know how to get that code to you so you can get on there and get you some more stuff. I know you probably could use it. Knowing you're painting something right now. So anyway, guys, hope y'all have enjoyed this video, and we'll be doing more to follow. And follow us right here on Heirloom Traditions Paint. Give us a like right here and check in that little box to get notifications so you can see when we're going live. And you'll catch us about this time most evenings, and always on the weekend. We try to do at least one live. Hopefully we get one out, and lots of great things coming your way if you are watching us here on Facebook or also on our YouTube page.
Make sure you ring the bell on YouTube.
Yes. Check the subscriptions and ring the bell, and you'll see us popping up there live as we are doing a different platform. As you can see here tonight, using our Sling Studio gives us an opportunity to go live on both at the same time, which is awesome for us and helps us get there in both in real time with you. So again, thanks for being here, and we hope to see you again. And check out getting yourself a free sample at allinonepaint.com. See the link above. We'll post it right here in this post above. So check it out. Hope to see y'all again very soon. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.